Um, and our word for today is compare. Compare. Love this word, and it's one that definitely um, I continue to learn a lot about, and I've learned a lot about through the years. So we're going to kick it off this morning. Good to see everybody. We're going to mute out the lines and we'll get started. All right. Oh, I didn't do waves. All right. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. What? However we do the four here. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Hey, Michael. See you waving in there. Good to see everybody and your smiles. We're going to have a good week on the Coach's Corner now. I'm here today, but I'm actually on the road this week some. So I look forward to spending all 5 days with you this week. And again, compare. If you look at the definition first, if you look at the estimate, measure, to look at similarities to something or someone. And when you compare, when I looked at this, first of all, comparing yourself and judging your growth, let's take profession today for me. Okay. Whatever it is your profession is here. Whatever it is you're out there trying to thrive at in life, like it's good to have benchmarks. It's good to compare. It's good to look and go, here's where I was last month. Here's where I am today. Here's where I was last week. Here's where I am today. It's kind of like the bathroom scales, Sometimes you just want to throw them out the window. But they're the bathroom scales. They're facts, right? And so it's good to deal in facts. It's good to deal. It drives you. Well, comparing does that. It can be a positive thing, but then let me tell you, it can also be a dangerous thing. And that's where I want to lead us. So many times, and I talk about this a lot, is we compare ourselves to others. Like we compare our chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. But here's the deal. You don't know it's their chapter 20. You're just comparing, right? And so I'll give you a great example in our business. Dr. Fred Cooper, amazing man, very wealthy. If I was comparing my chapter 1 to his chapter 20, but I didn't know it was his chapter 20, I might be looking at all the cars and all the things and going, man, God, it's amazing. Why can't I have that? Well, I don't understand his journey, right? I don't understand. And if somebody's followed him, it's not about material to him. He'll give you a Maserati and let you drive it around like a go-kart, right? He just likes people to have fun and have toys so that people can have fun. But my point is, a lot of times we compare ourselves to others, and it can be very dangerous. And so I looked at Warren Buffett. I wanted to take somebody that was had a lot of wisdom, a lot of growth in their life, and look and go, what does somebody like that say to comparing? And here's what Warren Buffett said. The most important thing in life is the internal, not external. And here's what he said. Everybody's got an internal scoreboard and an external scoreboard. And Warren Buffett said, focus people on the internal scoreboard, because that is what really matters. That's what matters in our life, is that internal. I've had times in my life where I've worried about what Myra Miles was doing, or what Coach Rowland was doing, or what Anthony Moreland was doing, and how they were growing, and how many games they were winning, and it bothered me. It affected me. And I want to tell you, I still deal with it, but because of really self-developing in this area, one of the things that I do a better job of today is I'm competitive. I'm highly competitive. But I am going to run my own race. I am going to run my own race. I'm going to have the internal scoreboard set up to where I know what I need to do this week. And I'm not going to judge Myra Miles chapter 20 to my chapter 1. I'm just not going to do it. Now, I'm going to have times where I start to do it, but I got to snap myself back and go, you know what? It's about the internal scoreboard, not the external scoreboard. And Warren Buffett said this: would you rather have money in the bank and people think you were broke? Some of the wealthiest people in our area, I'm not going to say their name, but if you looked at the external, what they drive, what they do, you'd think they were poor. You would think they didn't have money. And they're some of the richest people in our area. Would you rather be rich inside? Would you rather have finances? Would you rather have security and people think you were broke? Or would you rather people think you were rich and really not have any income, not have any finances? I think most of us would say we would rather have it and people think that we were broke, right? It's the internal scoreboard that matters. And that's what Warren Buffett was talking about. And so as I end this, I just want to bring our attention back that when we compare ourselves to others, it's tough. It's dangerous. We've got to run our own race. There's one thing you're better at than anyone else, Riley Niblett, and it's being you. It's being you. See, God made us all unique. He made us all different. And he made us to be the best version of ourselves we can be. He made us to take that internal scoreboard and go, you know what? I'm going to keep score with myself. I'm going to run my own journey. I'm going to run my own race. And I'll compare things internally to that scoreboard. But on the outside world, I'm going to really fight against comparing myself to other people's journey. And so that's my challenge to you this morning as we look at the word compare, is run your own race, work in your own chapters, compare yourself, challenge yourself, keep that internal scoreboard, but then fight against that external factor because it can be dangerous. Coach, I'll turn it to you.
Wow, that was great. That was really, really good. You said so many great things, but the one thing that resonated with me, you said it 2 times, I think, is we can't look at the success of somebody if we're just starting out and look at this successful person that's 20 years and compare ourselves to that. So that's kind of the premise that I'm actually going with mine this morning. You know, the word compare, just real quickly, a definition: to examine the character or qualities, to discover resemblances or differences. You know, we should never, and as I say all this, I've done all this. So, you know, we should never compare ourselves to others. And y'all know we all do this. We do it. It's a battle that we fight all the time. We need to compare ourselves to who we are right now. Myra Miles needs to compare herself only to who she is right now. And you should do the same. You know, and here's the thing, we can win that game. That is one game and one competition that we can win, because you know what? Because we're in control of that. We can do that. You know, I just need to take stock of where I am right now. And then I can make myself slightly better on a continued basis. You know, I think we talked about, I can't remember when it was, but we talked about average. You know, you're as close to being great as you are being bad if you're average, because you're right there in the middle. But we can control that. We don't need to compare that. We just need to get better a little bit every day. Sometimes, you know, you think about this. I read this. I can't remember where I read it this morning, but sometimes I'll be driving down the interstate and man, I see somebody go blowing by in an unbelievable, you know, convertible car, maybe a Maserati, maybe a Land Rover, maybe an unbelievable truck that just, you know, it just reeks of money. And this person driving along, and in my mind, you know what I would do sometime? And I think it's probably you. I think, gosh, man, they got it made. Golly, I bet they're just as happy as a lark. Man, oh man. And you know what? I have found out a lot of those people that I see driving those are miserable. They are miserable. I even had one tell me, and I thought was just, and they are sitting on the world financially, but have contemplated suicide. So weren't happy. They're comparing. So we got to be careful on what we do and what we assume. You know, a lot of these people, they wear the best. They look the best. We can't compare to that. We compare with ourselves, and we make up these comparative illusions in our own minds. We do that. We automatically assume that every single person that we see is 100% happy. We can't. But now here's what I think we need to do. We should be comparing ourselves just to us individually. Okay, I've said that like 3 times. I hope that you can get that. Most very successful, I look at a lot of very successful people on this call. Most very successful and financially grounded people are solid. Okay, ask yourself, when you see this, what's driving my jealousy of that person's success? Okay. Now, if we're going to choose to compare ourselves, we have to honestly ask the following things. Am I willing to put the hours in that they do? I mean, are we? If you're going to compare yourself, are you willing to put the hours in? Am I willing to be me to reach these dreams? Or am I still comparing? We have to be our own person, guys. If we get too caught up in trying to say or look or talk like that person that we're comparing ourselves to, we're never going to reach that full, complete 100% level that we're capable of getting to. Be you. Look at I know who my mentors are in this business. I know who my mentors are in this life. I know the people that I respect and I'm trying so hard to do. I know that, but I got to be Myra as I'm chasing and honoring what they have done too. You got to be ourselves. In my opinion, as I wrap this up, comparing myself to others, it honestly keeps me true to myself. Because if I'm not doing the things I know to do by learning from others, guess what? It's all on me now. It's all on me. We need each other. So let's quit comparing in order to gain. Let's quit comparing ourselves to others, fall into who we are, and absorb any knowledge that we can get from truly happy, successful people. Hope that made sense. I hope it resonated with some, but this was a great word, Brent. So I just challenge each and every one of us. And again, as I point fingers, there's 3 pointing back at me. We got to be us. I can't look at some ultra successful person and expect and talk and walk and dress and do and be just like them if I can't put the time and the effort and the hours and the work in it. Got to be you. So stop comparing.
Coach, thank you so much for that message. Great message this morning to kick off this Monday. And I want to leave you with this quote. Don't compare your life to others. There's no comparison between the sun and the moon. They shine when it's their time. That's what we're doing. Guys, we love you. We're grateful for you. Go out and rock this Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for all the suggestions for words. Keep them coming in. We will get to them. Might take us a little bit of time, but thank you for that. We're grateful for you. We love you. God bless.
Bye, guys. Love you. Have a great day.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And if you're